Nationally, the price of gasoline is now, for the first time, above $4.10 a gallon on average. I'm Connell McShannon for Neil Cavuto. Today, we're going to talk on this program to a Democratic congressman who says we need to be drilling more for oil. That's coming up in a moment. And it's a position Princella Smith couldn't agree more with. She's with American Solutions, while Newsday columnist Ellis Hennigan thinks that more drilling is a lousy idea. Why is drilling a lousy idea, Ellis?
Well, listen, we're going to drill, we're going to keep drilling, but it's not going to solve the problem that we're worried about. It will do absolutely nothing to lower high energy prices. By the time we get those drills in the ground or into the water, it's going to be 5 or 10 years from now. And don't believe me, believe the government's chief energy forecaster, Guy Caruso, who just said this isn't going to do anything for the current crisis.
That's the argument, Princella, that everybody on Ellis's side seems to make is timing, right? That it's going to take forever to get this done. Why should we drill now?
I'm going to have to disagree with Ellis because, it's the same argument we've been using for the last 10, 20, even 30 years. It's interesting he quoted the Department of Energy because the same department will tell you that in the Green River Formation, which is consists of Utah, Wyoming, and Colorado, there are 800 billion barrels of oil that we are not using, barrels of our oil that we are not using. If America is truly going to be independent this Independence Day, we have to stop this dependence on foreign oil.
So do you think if we drilled now, the price would come down significantly just because we say we're going to drill?
Absolutely. See, first of all, you got to remember that there are oil speculators around the world who are taking advantage of Americans right now. And the people who are suffering are obviously the middle and the lower class who are suffering the most. I guarantee you, if we release the oil into the market now, it will teach people against betting against the United States.
Ellis is shaking his head.
Boy, if only it were that simple. Listen, we know what works here. If we could just lower the fuel economy of our cars by 1 mile a gallon, we could equal what you're going to get entire reserves of Anwar. If we could do it by 7 miles a gallon, we could eliminate everything we get from the Persian Gulf. We know how to do that now. We have the technology. We just don't have the will. We're wasting time with this.
Well, what if all these things are part of it? What if your ideas are part of it and Princella's ideas are part of it? Why not drill? If it's going to increase the supply, we could use more oil. That, supply and demand, that would bring down the price, wouldn't it?
Nobody is against all drilling. We're talking about areas where there are huge environmental costs, where there are all kind of other problems. Everyone on all sides of the issue, including me. I'm from Louisiana, Connell. I know something about oil drilling. I don't want to stop it, but I don't want to fool myself into thinking that's going to solve the problems we're having today.
Well, does Ellis remember what happened with Hurricane Katrina and the fact that out of that entire catastrophe, there wasn't one single oil spill? It is actually more hazardous to the environment for us to ship oil over here, and in the process of shipping the oil over here, it has damaged parts of the environment and actually caused other spills that way.
Ellis?
So it's actually more hazardous to ship the oil over
there's
here.
There's going to be drilling, no matter what we say here, but let's do what we know works. Quit driving those SUVs. You want to thumb your nose at the thugs in the Middle East? Drive a car that gets 23 miles a gallon instead of an SUV that gets 50.
What about
we'll
the people
solve
who can't
that thing
afford new cars
right
now? What about the people who can't afford new cars right now?
You know what? We'll get Detroit to do a better job giving them cars they can afford. That's the answer.
Right now, there's a crisis. We have to drill here right now. The price of gas is going up every single day. It doesn't make any sense for us not to use the natural resources that we have here. Not to mention the fact that the majority of people in Alaska, including the governor, Sarah Palin, and the majority of people in Florida favor drilling there.
All right, guys.
1 mile a gallon. That's all it takes.
I just wonder.
Connell.
I wonder if both of you guys might be right. I wonder if that's possible. That maybe the solution's somewhere in the middle. Who knows? Princella and Ellis, thanks to both of you for coming on. We appreciate it.